Good evening, everybody. So last class we were talking about quantum mechanical model. I hope this much we have done. So before continuing, please tell me whether audio video are okay so that we can proceed further. Okay. So last class we were talking about mechanical model where we have seen that instead of K shell, we have to consider a spherical shaped electron. So why spherical shaped electron? Because electron revolving in a spherical manner, thereby creating a shape of sphere. So that's why the movement, because of the movement of electron, gives the some shape. Okay, that shape is spherical in nature. So we had seen first shell called as K shell, and number of electrons maximum can be accommodated is 2. And according to quantum mechanical model, we have to consider something called as subshell. Yes. So here we are not considering circular movement. Here we are considering spherical movement. Spherical movement is a three-dimensional movement. So if I consider any nucleus, any atom, so where electron will be revolving all over the nucleus in a spherical manner, thereby occupying all the three-dimensional space. So it is not no more a circular motion, it is a spherical motion. So spherical motion will give you spherical shape. Now how much maximum it can accommodate is 2. Why? Because electrons not only revolve around the nucleus, it also rotates on its own axis. When electrons revolve around the nucleus, its rotation will decide its magnetic property. Now, if one electron is revolving around the nucleus in a spherical manner, so it is independent of in any direction. It can rotate in any of the directions. But if one more electron comes inside the atom, now whatever way the first electron is revolving and rotating, right opposite of that it will be doing. So its rotation will be now opposite to that of the existing electron. And because of that, what happens? If both the electrons are rotating opposite to each other, then whatever magnetic field developed by one electron will get cancelled by the magnetic field developed by another electron. Thereby, it will appear like both are like having opposite poles, like South Pole, North Pole, and North Pole, South Pole. So there will be magnetic attraction. Okay. So there will be magnetic attraction. So that's why you can think at a single place two electrons collectively revolving around the nucleus. If two electrons are having opposite spin, then something called as pairing. You have to understand they get paired there. So they'll be together in the form of a pair and revolving around the nucleus. Okay, in spherical manner. So here one stands for first shell and S stands for spherical in nature, and this 2 stands for maximum 2 electrons can occupy in a spherical manner at first shell. So next we have seen n equal to 2. So L shell. So there are 8 electrons according to Bohr model. So quantum mechanical model distributes that 8 electrons in 2 different subshells, one in spherical manner, another is dumbbell manner. So S subshell and P subshell. So last class I had told you S means spherical in nature, but that of the P is dumbbell in nature. There are 3 different axes, X, Y, and Z. So electrons, okay, will have dumbbell shape. Okay, dumbbell shape. Dumbbell shape means electrons density or presence will be maximum at the corners of the axis and minimum at the center. Okay, so the dumbbell which is present along the x-axis will be called as px orbital. Dumbbell which is present in y-axis is called as py orbital, and this will be called as pz orbital. Now orbital is a three-dimensional space where you can expect an electron. So here it is moving in a dumbbell manner. So remember, these shapes are not the spaces where electrons present. These shapes are got created due to the movement of electron. Now ये shape अलग electron अलग मत समझो. कि electrons movement will give the shape, okay, in this manner. So last class we had talked about this. Remember, each dumbbell in particular axis represent one three-dimensional space. So three-dimensional space is called as orbital. So I can say one as called as px orbital, py orbital, and pz orbital. And that of this will be simply s, and both s and p, okay, confined under second shell. That's why both will have shell number 2. Okay, both are under second shell. Both are under second shell. So you can expect this S as 2S and this S as this P as 2P. Now you may wonder what is the difference between 1S and 2S. So while making the structure, remember nucleus is at the center. Thereafter, two electrons revolving in a spherical manner. Two electrons revolving in a spherical manner. So I call it as 1S because that is confined inside first shell. And another two electrons revolving in a spherical manner with a bigger radius. Okay, that's what I consider as 2s. So 1s and 2s, how they are different? They are shape-wise, they are similar, spherical in shape, but 1s is near to the nucleus, thereby radius is smaller, and 2s is little away from the nucleus as compared to 1s. So radius is bigger. So that's why that 2s come under, yeah, confined under second shell. So that of 2p you can expect at the same place, but I need to apply coordinate here. So what I need to do here, so two electrons I can keep along x-axis, two electrons I can keep along y-axis, and two electrons I can keep along z-axis. So two electrons present in x-axis will be inside px orbital, otherwise I call it as px. Two electrons present in y will be py. Two electrons present in z-axis will be pz. So you can expect maximum two electrons. Why? Because you know only two types of rotations are possible. I'm not talking about revolution, I'm talking about rotation. So because one is rotating in, let us say, clockwise direction, other will be rotating anti-clockwise direction. So that means what happens? So there will be a magnetic attraction. So no third electron can come. Yeah, no more electron can come because third electron will definitely having a rotation very similar to one of the electrons here. Thereby, even magnetic repulsion will also start. So maximum you can expect two electrons in a particular orbital. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, in this way you have to remember. So I don't think any problem going on. Am I in a good direction now? So now see here, while filling the electron, I had told you, but I am reminding you again. What is that? As an electron's perspective, if you look at the atom, we are constructing an atom. Okay, we are constructing an atom. Here what happens? So if you are starting from the beginning, let us say. So what happens? Nucleus will be there. Simply nucleus will be present. Now you are adding one electron. That electron will move in a spherical manner around the nucleus. So second electron will come. So as I told you, its rotation can be opposite. Then it will be occupying same spherical shape and thereby accommodating there are two electrons. This is what we called as 1s. And the third electron will have a bigger radius and revolve in a spherical manner like this. Fourth electron will occupy the same spherical three-dimensional space, thereby will have opposite spin, yeah, opposite rotation. So this is what we called as 2s. So दो electron 1s में, दो electron 2s में fill किया. Now the fifth electron, if you are constructing atom, fifth electron, where it can go? So if you keep on putting two electrons in a spherical manner, size of the atom will become bigger. So mathematical approach here it will be, because quantum atomic model is purely mathematical. So what does it state here? It says instead of filling two electrons in a spherical manner, it will make the atom go bigger. At the same time, force of attraction with the nucleus will reduce, because as distance increases, nucleus will not be connecting to the electron to that extent. So that's why now onwards what you have to do, now onwards you have to place them in particular axis. Okay, there are three axes like this, x, y, z. Now see, as an electron, if you look at fifth electron, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन 1s में, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन 2s में हो चुका है. अभी 5th इलेक्ट्रॉन if I say, since I am placing in particular axis, all the 3 axes are equally correct, otherwise equally approachable for an electron, because ऐसे कोई partiality नहीं है कि x axis अच्छा है, y axis थोड़ा अच्छा है, z axis बहुत ही बुरा है. There is nothing like that. All the 3 are equally proper. So now as an electron, if I consider, electron can go to z axis, electron can go to y or x, anywhere it can go. So if I say in terms of boxes, boxes means this individual box representing a particular orbital, x-axis orbital, y-axis orbital, and z-axis orbital. So as an electron, if I consider that 5th electron can go to y-axis or z-axis or x-axis, anywhere it can go. Why? Because from the nucleus, if you see the distance, they are equidistant from the center. Since they are equidistant from the center, only the difference is the angle. Angle does not matter, because as long as distance is not getting violated, the force of attraction won't be affected. So as a result, what happens? These electrons can be placed in any of the axes. That's why this 5th electron you can expect in any of the orbital here. Remember this. Let us say I'm, as a notion, we know we consider x first. Otherwise, remember, you no need to keep x at the as a first orbital. You can keep z as first and then x and then y. Any order is acceptable, because this is for our concern that we write px, py, pz as a habit of writing x, y, z. It doesn't mean that electron will fill the electron in that order. So for an electron, it can be anything, anywhere you can fill. Let us say I filled one electron here. Now, once I fill the electron over here, let us say x I consider. So once I filled one electron here, now the 6th electron won't go to the same axis. 6th electron won't go to the same axis. It will go to other 2 possible axes. Why? Because if it is going to the same axis, then what it has to do? It has to reorient. Reorient means it has to rotate opposite to the direction of existing electron. This is some sort of, you can say, restriction. So that's why electron will go to other possible axis. Why? Because by going there, it is not losing anything. Why? Because anyway, they are equidistant from the nucleus. This is what I said. When there is an empty room and new lecture is going to start, you might have seen that every student who enters the classroom goes to different benches, different desks. But why? Because it is a human tendency that as long as that place is available, let us be sit freely. So as long as that lecture distance won't be getting affected, you can sit anywhere. So similarly, electron will go to next possible axis, not necessarily y. You can keep for z also. As a no, we know as a habit, I'll write y, but it is not the only way. You can also go for z. So, and the 3rd electron will go to z axis. So that means you have to fill one electron in each orbital first. Now onwards, okay, 2 electron इधर, 2 electron इधर, 4 हुआ, 5th, 6th, 7. Total 7 electron you have filled till now. Now the 8th electron has 2 possibilities. One is it can reorient itself and get paired in this axis, in this orbital, or it can revolve as a separate electron by going little away from the nucleus, because this much is already covered. So it has to go little away from the nucleus, and thereafter it can start revolving. But what it will select, it will readjust itself, thereby it will start pairing with any of the orbital. Then what happens? It will make sure that the distance is smaller, I mean smallest possible. So it can go separately, it can rotate, or it can pair it with the existing electron. So it will select this. So that's why once you fill one electron here, you have to pair them. Now pairing can also be done from anywhere, because again Students, please wait. There is some technical issue. I'm just trying to rectify it. Okay, one of you please tell me, was it too long? Like I was only there and you guys got disconnected very long back, or recent it has happened? Maybe 2 minutes back. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes back. Okay, what I was saying is that once you fill one electron in each orbital, thereafter you have to pair them. That pairing can also be done in any of the cases. Like you can start pairing from with any of the orbitals, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after filling 7 electrons, for an 8th electron, all the 3 are again, appear similar. Why? Because all the 3 are similar. Again, the problem. Students, please wait for 1 minute. Let's see how it goes. So, so electron while start pairing, you can pair that electron in PZ or PY or PX. Anywhere you can pair them, because all the 3 are equally approachable sites as electron looks into. Okay. So now Now this is how you have to understand. This is a three-dimensional structure. See, it is very difficult to show the diagram of quantum atomic model. Why? Because first one is spherical, small spherical ball, thereafter bigger spherical ball, then you have to apply coordinates, one dumbbell in x-axis, another dumbbell in y-axis, and another third dumbbell is in z-axis. Like that you have to place them. It is a pure three-dimensional atomic structure. Drawing that is difficult. Little you have to imagine there. Now let us proceed further. So after filling 10 electrons over here, so now if I go to third shell, n equal to 3, m shell, as per Bohr model, 18 electrons can be filled there. But quantum mechanical model says that that has to be distributed in terms of 3 different subshells. So S again spherical, P again dumbbell, and D will be double dumbbell manner. Double dumbbell. Now let us see how it is possible. So let me just graphically show that structure. See, first you just understand spherical. Spherical ball समझो, वहां पे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन घूम रहे हैं, उसको हम लोग ने 1s बताया. उसके बाद फिर से एक बड़ा वाला स्फीयर, उसमें 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन, उसको 2s बताया. उसके बाद there are 6 electrons revolving in dumbbell manner. Okay, there are 3 axes. Now remember this dumbbell manner matlab electron will revolve in a dumbbell shape. Dumbbell we know. Okay, so then 2p, I'll call it as 2p. After filling 2 electron in to 1s, another 2 electron in 2s, another 6 electron in 2p, total we have filled 10 electrons. After this, what happens? Again spherical orbital will come. That means bigger in size as compared to 2s. So it will be like this. So this is considered to be 3s because this SPD, all the 3 subshell you have to understand within the M shell. So M shell is the third shell. So another 2 electrons will revolve in this manner. So that's why after 2p, you will get this S again, bigger in size as compared to 2s, as well as compared to 2p. So bigger in radius also, because now it is coming under third shell. So whenever you say spherical, you can expect only 2 electrons because spherically only 2 electrons can be placed. Next P, again you have to think a bigger dumbbell like this, so that it can come under third shell. Like that you can understand bigger dumbbell. Okay, so dumbbell means there are 3. Okay, Px, Py and Pz. Remember how different this is from this is bigger in size. That's it. 2p रेडियस वाइज इधर तक आता है तो 3p यहां तक आएगा. आगे जो भी p का केस में आता है वो बड़ा होते जाएगा रेडियस वाइज, वरना उसी के ऊपर आपको समझना पड़ेगा और बिगर इन साइज समझना पड़ेगा. So again filling will be same, one electron in each axis first, then you are pairing them. So 2 electron S में 6 electron will be in p. Then you can say यहाँ पे 2, यहाँ पे 6, that means 8 electrons you already filled. Now left 10 electrons must be filled inside D. Now again D has to be considered of this size, but they will be in double dumbbell manner. Now let us see what is this. I want you guys to follow the trend here like this. First 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p. Okay, this much we have done already. Now I am talking about see, this one S will be considered as 3s. This P will be considered as 3p because they are coming under M shell, and this D will be considered as 3D. Now we will talk about 3D. Remember this 3D will come after 3p. Okay, 3p के बाद 3D आएगा फिर से. So that like that only you have to understand there. So आप distance wise, length from the nucleus, if you understand, that is how they are placed. But shape wise I already told you, S का spherical होगा, P का dumbbell होगा और D का we will see now. So double dumbbell manner, and we have to fill 10 electrons inside that. See, now as I told you, quantum mechanical model is purely mathematical model. So what does that mean? It means if I consider coordinate, various coordinates, if I consider like this, okay. So as a mathematician, he will consider any space over here in terms of some equation, okay. So if I consider like this, so any place inside this, for example, if I'm talking about this place, then ये वाला एक space को, space यानी कि काली जगह को मैं define करना है मुझे, तो mathematically it is possible. Mathematically मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to give some x value, y value and z value. So by knowing the x, y, z value, you can reach till here. Okay, mathematically you can reach till here. Otherwise, in short, I can say any space that may be inside the atom or inside a sphere or inside a rectangle or inside any, okay, triangle, you can define in terms of some mathematical equation. That much you just understand. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you double dumbbell manner. So now how electron has to be placed. Remember, at the end of this model, we'll be understanding that electrons will be distributed all over the atom without leaving any empty space. मतलब पूरा आपको इलेक्ट्रॉन को भरना है, फिल करना है, कहाँ कहाँ आपको खाली जगह लग रहा है मैथमेटिकली, वहां पे हर जगह आपको इलेक्ट्रॉन को क्या करना है, फिल करना है. So at the end what happens, nucleus at the center and electrons will be revolving either spherically or axially or along the planes. Okay, so screen का कोई problem नहीं, things are going well, can we proceed? Okay, so now double dumbbell here, what I need to understand, I need to consider, look at this, if I consider three coordinates, let us say this is x and this is y and this is z. Now forget about z axis for the time being. You guys know this is called as xy plane. Okay, ये xy plane hai, and it contains four quadrants. Okay, four quadrants. This is xy plane. Now if I consider z axis, now you can have xy plane, yz plane and xz plane. So you have to know there are three planes. So xy plane hai और yz plane hai and xz plane. See on the board I cannot show them three-dimensionally, but you can understand there are three different planes. So each plane will have four quadrants. Each plane will have four quadrants. Now what you have to understand, double dumbbell has to be placed like this along the plane but opposite quadrants. So there are two dumbbells you can see, that's why it is called as double dumbbell. They are 45 degree away from the axis. So if I consider this is axis, 45 degree. So 45 degree away from here. So यहाँ से भी 45, यहाँ से भी 45. आपको पता है ये 90 degree है तो उसका आधा 45 होगा. So they are placed on the planes. If you closely observe this with the P का केस में हमने क्या किया था? In the case of P, we have kept them along the axis itself. So axis के ऊपर ही draw किया था. But here they are not on the axis, they are on the planes. So, but 45 degree away from the axis. So since it is xy plane, this will be called as dxy. Now electrons will occupy all the four quadrants. Thereby you will get a shape of double dumbbell. मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन का पर्सपेक्टिव में आप देखोगे, इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या करता है, चारों क्वाड्रेंट में रहने के लिए कोशिश करेगा. मतलब चारों क्वाड्रेंट यानी कि xy प्लेन में वो प्रेजेंट रहने के लिए कोशिश करेगा. बट उसका मैक्सिमम डेंसिटी, इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी यू कैन फाइंड at the 45 degree and at the 45 degree you can expect them. Otherwise you can say पूरा प्लेन में वो फैला हुआ है इलेक्ट्रॉन, बट उसका प्रेजेंस आपको 45 डिग्री में मैक्सिमम दिखेगा. यू मे से व्हाई, बिकॉज यहाँ पे देखो 3pb है. सो ये जगह पे आपको 3pb एक्सपेक्ट आप करोगे. सो छोटे साइज का 3pb आप एक्सपेक्ट करो. So then what happens, there will be electronic repulsion, so they have to be present at 45 degree from the axis. So ये वाला जो ऑर्बिट होगा, ऑर्बिटल होगा, this will be called as dxy orbital. Okay, इसको dxy orbital बोलेंगे. And since I said this is an orbital, maximum 2 electron you can expect. because only two electrons can pair and can coexist. Okay, can coexist together because though they are electrically repulsive, now since they got paired because of opposite rotation, they will be having magnetic attraction. So that can be present together and will be present on XY plane. Similarly, you can expect DXZ plane and DYZ plane. So there also you can expect double dumbbell manner, two electrons are revolving. So दो electrons ऐसा revolve कर सकते हैं. See DXY में two electrons, DXZ will have two electrons, that of DYZ will have two electrons. So we have to fill 10 electrons, but 6 electrons we have already filled. Now remember, sometimes you may feel like, what if one electron is present in DXY? Whether it will create double dumbbell manner? Yes, it will create double dumbbell manner. So it is not the two electron making two dumbbell. It is the presence of electron giving the shape. It is like, समझो आपके पास fan है. If it contains 3 blades or if it is containing 4 blades, does not make any difference when it creates the shape. वो 2 blade का fan भी हो या 3 blades का fan भी हो, you will find shape gets created by that is same. So similarly, even if one electron present here, it will try to be present in all the 4 quadrants. Thereby you can get a shape of double dumbbell. Similarly, maximum you can have 2 electrons. When they have 2 electrons, it is like this. They got paired, so you cannot get any other type of shape. It is like if I keep a stone and if I tie it with a thread, and if I do like this, it will give you some shape. Thereafter, what I do, one more stone will I'll tie with the thread and I'll keep both of them together and I will revolve like this. Now it does not make any difference. You will get the same type of shape. So having 2 stones tied separately and having 1 stone tied will have a same shape. So that's why having 2 electrons or 1 electron does not make any difference. They will have a double dumbbell manner because they will be placed all across the plane. So 6 electrons I have placed. So that means I need to now have, you can expect there are 10 electrons. Means you will have 5 orbitals there. One orbital will be called as DXY, DYZ, DXZ. So here you can expect 6 electrons. So now 2 more orbitals I need to tell you. So now you are understanding now there are only 3 planes. So all the 3 planes now occupied by these 6 electrons. Now what you have to understand, so in XYZ, see in this distance I'm saying, not in this 3p distance, I'm talking about 3D distance. 3D is slightly away from 3p. So radius wise थोड़ा सा फर्क होगा. So now क्या होगा, XYZ. Here I'm now saying double dumbbell along the axis. So see one dumbbell and another dumbbell here. Okay. Now don't get confused this with the XY plane. XY plane या DXY का मैंने लिखा था, वो on the plane I have written. Okay, on the plane I have shown. So this is different and this is different. This is on the plane and this is on the axis. This is 45 degree away from the axis. This is on the axis. So here again you can see double dumbbell. Now don't expect 4 electrons. Their shape is double dumbbell. That means even if only 1 electron present, it will be occupying all these places. If there are 2 electrons, definitely it will have this shape. Even 1 electron will also make it to double dumbbell shape. That's why D will be having double dumbbell manner. So this will be called as dx square minus y square. So the 4th orbital you have to understand as dx square minus y square. See, x, y, z, axis are involved here. So remember in that way, dx square minus y square. So now all the three planes got accommodated. Even now 2 axes are now occupied with 2 electrons. Only left is now z axis. Okay. Only z axis left now. So I show that separately in a different diagram. So xy already done. We have z axis here. So now what happens? Electron will revolve in a dumbbell manner like this. So since C, only one axis left, so one shape got created here and the other one will be like this. That means one dumbbell like, another tube like you know that swimming tube, we know that tube like tire like stuff which is revolving across around the Z axis. So shape will be like this. Now you will be wondering whether it is double dumbbell. No, it is not double dumbbell. So one you can see dumbbell, but another is a circular tube type. So in that way. Now don't think that when I say one electron or two electron, even if it is one electron, it will occupy all this shape, possible shape. That means dumbbell as well as this circular. If there are two electrons, then also the shape will be same. जो मैंने thread और stone का बताया वैसे. So this will be called as dz square. So the fifth orbital will be called as dz square. So these 10 electrons are distributed in 5 different orbitals like this. So xy, yz, xz planes, x square minus y square axis, and dz square again axis, but one dumbbell like this, another circular one. So remember, d सबशेल में एक ऐसा ऑर्बिटल आपको मिलेगा, वहां पे दोनों डबल डंबल नहीं दिखेंगे, one dumbbell दिखेगा और एक circular tube दिखेगा. Shape you have to remember here. So all the shapes of this orbital you have to understand. Okay, double dumbbell in manner. So that is how you have to fill. Now filling will be very similar to that of the earlier thing I said. That means, guys, you have to now remember, I have shown you diagram separately, but ये सबको आपको एक ही diagram में डालना पड़ेगा. एक ही diagram में डालना पड़ेगा because सी न्यूक्लियर सेंटर में है, उसके बाद स्पेरिकल शेप 1s का, देन 2s स्पेरिकल शेप, देन 2p डंबल शेप, देन 3s स्पेरिकल शेप, then 3p dumbbell shape. Thereafter comes 3d. In the case of 3d, once you consider, let us say dxy, it will be like this. Now dyz, again yz plane में आपको ऐसा करना पड़ेगा, इधर ही करना पड़ेगा. dxz again xz plane में करना पड़ेगा, and dx square minus y square will be here. So dz square also you can put there. So that means in a single diagram you have to show all these 5 shapes, then only you can understand how complex the structure is. So for the time being, what you have to do, you have to make these diagrams. Okay, under shape you just write down this. If these are the different shapes, I want you to imagine all the 5 diagram by considering single origin. Okay, by considering single origin, you have to keep them there. Now filling will be, remember these are the shapes. Now filling will be very similar to that earlier thing. Matlab, as an electron, if you see, since from the center they are at the same distance from the nucleus, definitely they are at the 3d, matlab itna distance to hoga, ye to distance hai, but this distance will be similar. If you go in xy plane, this is the distance, sorry, yz plane, this is the distance. Same distance will be there in xy plane, same distance there will be in xz plane, same will be in y axis, same will be in z axis. So that means distance wise there is no problem. If distance wise, if there is no problem, force of attraction won't be affected from the nucleus. So that's why as an electron, if you see, for an electron, all the 5 positions are equidistant from the nucleus. So that's why electron can be filled first anywhere over here. So first electron can be filled anywhere, maybe in dxy. Dekho, this is my habit of writing dxy first, dyz, then dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square. But it doesn't mean that only this order has to be followed. There is nothing like that, because for an electron, all the 5 3-dimensional spaces in this shape are same. So you can write dz square here, then you can write dyz, then you can write dxy, then you can write dxz, and then you can write dx square minus y square. Any order is possible. Since any order is possible, an electron can be filled from any of this particular orbital. I can start filling from anywhere. So let us say I have filled one electron here, but now remember, second electron won't go there. Why? Because as I told you, ये 5 अलग-अलग bench जैसा है, और कहाँ पे भी बैठा तो कोई problem नहीं. So one electron you have to fill in each orbital first. Then you can start pairing. That again, the pairing can be done in any manner. Remember, what is important is filling one electron in each orbital first, then pairing. Order does not matter. So from anywhere you can keep the electron. Now, कुछ बच्चों को ऐसा लगता होगा, as I am seeing the doubts there, कि repulsion का कोई issue नहीं है क्या? देखो ये diagram में आपको ऐसा लगता है बहुत ही crowded है. But soon after this, I'm going to show you one animation. There's a 3D animation you can understand there. There is no as such repulsion you can expect, because they are far away from each other in terms of angle. In terms of angle, they are far away from each other. XY plane, YZ plane, and YZ plane and XZ planes are 90-degree different from each other. So you cannot expect any like crowded stuff there. It looks like that, but 3-dimensionally they are far away from each other. So Chinmay, see last class, whether I don't remember whether I said it or not. Revolution is actually, देखो ये डंबल में बच्चों को जो confusion है. See, revolution is axial, like this. Revolution is axial, but while revolving, you can expect larger presence of electron at one location and lesser presence at another location. Lag. Okay. Okay. Now, what I was saying, now it is okay. So what I was saying, revolution will be axial, but मैंने इसी को थोड़ा और अच्छे से बताने जाऊं कि इलेक्ट्रॉन का रिवोल्यूशन यूनिफॉर्म नहीं होता, यानी कि उसका जो डेंसिटी है, इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी को बोलो कि प्रेजेंस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन may not be properly distributed while revolving. ऐसा समझ लो कि इलेक्ट्रॉन समझो ऐसा रिवॉल्व हो रहा है, इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐसा रिवॉल्व हो रहा है. थिंक ऑफ अ सिचुएशन कि यहाँ पे फास्ट चला जा रहा है और यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा स्लो डाउन हो रहा है इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्पीड, और यहाँ पे फिर से फास्ट, यहाँ पे फिर से स्लो डाउन हो रहा है, फास्ट स्लो डाउन हो रहा है, फास्ट स्लो डाउन हो रहा है. तो ऐसा आप एक्सपेक्ट करोगे तो वो लाइट का स्पीड में घूमते रहेगा, तो आपको शेप कैसे दिखेगा? जहां पे वो स्लो डाउन होता है ना, तो देयर यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट इट्स डेंसिटी maximum. That means it is retaining there for greater time as compared to over here. So as a result, what happens? The shape will look like, though their revolution is axial like this, shape you can get like this. शेप आपको कैसे दिखेगा? कॉर्नर्स में उसका प्रेजेंस ज्यादा दिखेगा. अदरवाइज आई विल शो द शेप लाइक दिस प्रॉपर्ली. तो शेप क्या होगा? कॉर्नर्स में उसका प्रेजेंस ज्यादा दिखेगा, सेंटर में उसका कम दिखने लगेगा. सो वेरेवर इट इज मूविंग फास्ट, it almost appears like electron not even gone there. Wherever it is slowed down, there you feel like its presence is maximum. You have to imagine here for some extent. So why it is happening? Because unlike light, in the case of light is uniform all over. But electron is not purely wave also. Electron is particle at the same time. Because of that, what happens? It can retain, it can show variable velocity at different location. So its speed will be different at different location. It is possible. Now, why it is moving faster? Because near the nucleus, there will be a greater pull. So to avoid that greater pull, what it has to do is it has to move with a greater speed. And wherever it is going, let us say at the corner, there the pull is not so much, so it can retain stay for some time. This lag, that time lag, is a fraction of second. Fraction of nanoseconds, I can say. But this fraction of nanosecond also makes a big difference in the shape it get created. So revolution is axial, but electron density you can expect maximum at the corners. So that's why remember, wherever you see they go 3s can occupy maximum 2, 3p 6, 3d maximum 10. So look at this, 1s, 2s, 3s. All are spherical in nature. Their maximum capacity will be 2. 2p, 3p, their maximum capacity is 6. And d we got that capacity is 10. So after this, if I go to n equal to 4, now we consider this as n shell, 32 electrons as per Bohr model. Now this 32 electron has to be distributed in 4 different subshells, S, P, D, F. See again that things will come and one more subshell will now pop up here. So fourth subshell is F. Before that, I forgot to tell you one more thing here. P collectively called as P subshell, but individual, if you want to mention them, then you have to say P orbital. Collectively, PH, PY, PZ will be called as P subshell. So whenever question is like how much maximum electron can be filled in P subshell, you can say 6 electron. But how much maximum electron a P orbital can have is 2. That means P orbital, they are talking about one of them, one of this axis. See, they simply ignore the axis there because all the 3 are different axes. So individual box, if you want to mention, then say it as P orbital. All the 3 collectively, if you want to say, then you call it as P subshell. Same goes for D also. Collectively 5, if you want to say, then you just say D subshell. When you say D subshell, maximum 10 electrons can be occupied. Now individual, if you want to talk about individual box, then individual box talk about D orbital. They simply don't mention the axis or plane, that's it. So whenever say D orbital, you can expect only 2 electrons there. That difference you have to know. So when I go to fourth shell, SPDF, nothing will change for SPD, same goes here. But now F subshell has the shape which is very difficult to explain in 2-dimensional board. You need computer simulation to understand the revolution of electron, thereby the shape. That's why for the time being we will call it as complex. Complex means very difficult. Okay, very complex shape. Definitely dumbbell in manner, but the revolution is very difficult to show in a 2D dimension. Okay, so 3D dimension is needed there. So complex. So that's why we don't study much about F here because of its complexity. But what you have to know is, just by understanding this logic, S can occupy 2 electrons, P can occupy 6 electrons. To occupy 6 electrons, there are 3 orbitals. D can occupy maximum 10 electrons. To accommodate 10 electrons, there are 5 orbitals. For F, you can see here 2, 6, and 10. So collectively, it is becoming 18. So if I subtract 18 from this, so remaining is 14 electrons. So now all that 14 electron has to be placed in F subshell. So you have to know that means F subshell में क्या होगा, 7 orbitals होंगे, because you have to fill 14 electrons there. So 7 orbitals आपको draw करने पड़ेंगे. So this S can occupy maximum 2, this P can occupy maximum 6. You have to fill like this. D maximum 10. One electron in each orbital first, then you are pairing. F will have 14 electrons. Now, since the shape is difficult to understand, we are not going to understand their names also. That will be skipped for your syllabus. So what you have to know is there will be 7 orbitals. 7 orbitals that you have to know. And filling will be very similar. Filling one electron in each orbital first. Then you have to pair them. So this is how we have to do, the way we have done for earlier subshells. So all the 4 subshell will come under 4th shell. That's why I can say all of them will be considered as 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. Okay, 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f आप expect कर सकते हो. So उनका नाम, because all the 4 will be coming under, confined under 4th shell. So how they are different? They are different in terms of shape. S is spherically moving, P is dumbbelly moving, dumbbell form में move कर रहे वो. D will be in terms of double dumbbell. 4 quadrupole. Quadrupole मतलब 4 dumbbell के तरीके में घूमेगा, but वो बहुत ही complex है समझने के लिए. So that's why we can understand their shape as complex. Now the best thing about this is after this things becomes normal. So 4s can occupy maximum 2, 4p can occupy maximum 6, 4d 10, 4f 14. See here, you have to remember maximum accommodation, that is as per the subshell type. If it is S type, then maximum 2. If it is P type, then maximum 6. If it is D type, then maximum 10. If it is F type, then maximum 14. That you have to remember. So now, 5th shell onwards. 5th shell onwards, things are very easy. When I write n equal to 5, K, L, M, N, O shell. So as per Bohr model, 2n square formula will go. So n equal to 5 मैं लिखता हूँ. So 25 into 2, that is 50. So as per Bohr model, 50 electrons must be accommodated there. But quantum mechanical disproves that and says that maximum you can expect only 32 electrons, because mathematically if I consider coordinate, so as I told you, mathematically you can give the equation for individual spaces inside that. So there is no space left to fill. Not only filling electron, you have to show the revolution also. To show the revolution and the space is not available. So maximum you can fill 32 electrons around the nucleus in that particular distance, in that particular shell, making sure, after making sure that there is no repulsion and there is no extra electron which is showing repulsion. So you have to pair them, okay, 2 electrons together, and you have to place them in different axes or different planes, thereby they are not repelling with each other. So after making sure this, people have understood mathematically there is no space left now to fill more than 32 electrons. So that's why you can expect there is no electron possible beyond 32. There is no extra electron possible beyond 32. Since number of electrons you cannot make, increase beyond 32, that means subshell will also remain same. Subshell will also remain as SPDF, and their shapes you have to remember same, that is S is spherical, P is dumbbell, D is double dumbbell, and F as complex. And the orbital arrangement will remain same. That S will be having 1 orbital, P will be having 3 orbitals, D will be having 5 orbitals, and that of 7 orbitals will be there in F subshell. But only thing which will change here is the shell number, because the difference here is as compared to 4s and 5s is the distance. मतलब मैं यहाँ पे कोऑर्डिनेट बताओ, देखो 1s यहाँ पे आएगा, 2s 2p 3s, ऐसा जाते जाते 4s यहीं कहीं आ जाएगा, 5s थोड़ा और लंबा हो जाएगा, रेडियस वाइज इट विल बी अ बिगर डिस्टेंस. So that's why we consider fifth shell. One shape wise there is no different, orbital arrangement wise there is no difference, only the difference is the distance from the nucleus. Fifth shell means now they are little far away from the nucleus. Okay, 4s से ज्यादा distance में है. Similarly, if I go for n equal to 6, P shell, as I told you, maximum you can keep 32 electrons. So that means number of subshell won't change. This won't change. This won't change. But this will change as 6s, 6p, 6d, and 6f. Remember, wherever you see S type, maximum 2 electrons. Wherever you see P type, maximum 6 electrons. D type will have 10 and F will have 14 electrons. F will have 14 electrons like this. Okay. We will do till n equal to 7. N equal to 7. So Q 32 electrons, S, P, D, F, shape same, orbital arrangement same. This will be 7s, 7p, 7d, and 7f. Okay. And S step will be maximum 2, 6, 10, and 14. This you have to remember. So as shell number changes, number of electron distribution won't change. Since movement of electron remains same, so only that many electrons can be occupied, because as long as they are moving spherically, you cannot increase the number of electrons beyond 2. As long as they are moving in a dumbbell manner, you cannot increase the number of electrons, because maximum occupation of electron depending on how it is moving around the nucleus. Amartya, what are you saying? I'm not getting you. Why is there is no 32 electrons? Electron is the maximum. Now, see, one more quality of this subshell you have to remember, as Prisha reminded me, that P, see S, acha, first you just note it down so that I'll rub this and I'll explain things. Sir, in one electron just go in the nucleus. So Kaustubh, since there is a centrifugal force acting on the electrons, you cannot expect electron to go inside the nucleus, because it is also moving with some velocity. When speed is there, fast घूमते रहेगा, so how can you expect that is entering the center? When its speed ceases, then you can expect electron hitting the nucleus. Okay. So in short, what you have to understand, let us say shell number I'm writing here is K. Now you have to understand it as 1s, n equal to 2, L, now you have to understand as 2s and 2p, n equal to 3, KLM, 3s, 3p, 3d. Okay, these are subshells. N equal to 4 and 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. N equal to 5. O, 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. N equal to 6. Q, 6s, 6p, 6d, and 6f. N equal to 7. Q, 7s, 7p, 7d, 7f. So you can see one subshell, two subshell, three subshell, four subshells. Then thereafter it will remain same. Number of subshell will remain same. Now one more nature of them you have to understand. So S से S को आप spherical समझते हैं. So when I say spherical, what does that mean? Its presence is there in all the three dimensions, right? आपको एक ball expect करना पड़ेगा. Okay, ball expect करना पड़ेगा. So electron is revolving all over. That means what? It is present in x-axis, y-axis, z-axis also. It is present in all the three axes. So इसका मतलब क्या? Spherical in nature है उसका. Okay. So spherical nature is the three-dimensional shape, and its presence is there in all the directions. So I can say spherical is directionless orbital. Okay. Directionless orbital. मतलब इसका कोई पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन नहीं है, ये सब डायरेक्शन में है. डायरेक्शनलेस ऑर्बिटल बोलेंगे. बट फॉर पी, देखो रिमेंबर ऑर्बिटल आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. बट फॉर पी इफ यू सी, देखो पी का केस में क्या होता है. सो पी एक्स इज ओरिएंटेड इन एक्स एक्सिस. सो फॉर पी ऑर्बिटल, रिमेंबर सी आई एम सेइंग ऑर्बिटल. फॉर पी ऑर्बिटल, एनी ऑफ द ऑर्बिटल, they are directional orbitals. They are directional orbitals. Why? Because see, electron revolving in x-axis, you won't get them in y-axis. मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन जो px में घूमता हो, वो इलेक्ट्रॉन को आप एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करोगे y-axis में या z-axis में, क्योंकि they are now restricted to revolve in x-axis. So there is some directional restriction on p orbital. So that is not you can expect in S. So that's why S is called as directionless orbital, and P, D, F, all the three. Because D का केस में आप देख सकते हो, if you restrict one electron in a dxy plane, that electron won't be present in now yz or xz plane. That means P, D, and F, all the three orbitals are directional orbitals, because you can expect them in particular direction. But S electron will be present in all the direction. Why? Because it's a spherical in shape. It is present in all the three directions, all the three dimensions. So that's why S orbital will be called as directionless orbital. So that of PDF will be called as directional orbital. Please note it down. So now I'll show you one animation. Try to understand that. There is no sound, you just see them. You can clearly see there how three-dimensional you can expect electron to be, revolving in different axes. Now just go through the animation only. I hope that is placed on your screen now. Double dumbbell you can see there. They are not passing through the nucleus action. I said 100 times. This is the shape of the density of electron. Electron density present at the corner. आपको एक shape आपको दिखाना है, मतलब electron एक individual particle है. See, इलेक्ट्रॉन एक इंडिविजुअल पार्टिकल है, वो घूमने से वो जो शेप क्रिएट होता है वो है. अभी वो शेप को डंबल शेप के टाइम पे वो सेंटर की तरफ जाते वक्त उसका मिनिमम दिखाया हुआ है. इसका मतलब इट इज नॉट मूविंग थ्रू द न्यूक्लियस, इट्स प्रेजेंस. नाउ सी व्हाई you have to consider that with the electron. I tell you, with the light, see, light is uniformly placed all over inside the room. So light is not like at one place it is brightest and another place it is lightest. There is nothing like that. Light is moving all over properly. But light is a pure wave. But electron is not a pure wave. Electron also has what we call material property or particle property. So in that case, what happens? Its presence will be maximum at one position or minimum at another position. When I say its presence maximum, that means it is not idle at there. It is not idle. वहाँ पे वो छुपा हुआ बैठा हुआ नहीं है. You have to show the revolution also. While showing the revolution, and you are also saying the presence is maximum at one particular point, then you have to imagine a shape. These are the imagined shapes of them. Okay. Do we have enough time now? Now let us see quantum numbers. Okay, 15 minutes enough. क्या doubts है बेटा इसमें? And I'm wondering, these IJSO students only asking the doubts. What is this? And for you guys, it is like for the second time it is happening. I'm concerned about the students who are understanding this for the first time. For them, if they're asking doubt, I'm ready to explain the things for them. But you guys, those who are there in IJSO, they're also asking the same question. Why it is the case? I'm wondering, guys. जो नए बच्चे बेचारे उनका तो मुझे कंसर्न है ज्यादा. वो उनके लिए पहली बार ये हो रहा है. So quantum numbers. So now I want जो 9th स्टैंडर्ड का स्टूडेंट है उनको किसी को डाउट है तो बच्चा आप बता दो, आपका डाउट क्या, मैं सॉल्व करूंगा। सानिया बेटा आपको डाउट रहा तो बता दो, कोई भी बच्चा नया है, यू गाइस प्लीज से, प्लीज आस्क योर डाउट्स, आई विल एक्सप्लेन दैट। dxz, just only dxz is the problem. X, Y, Y, Z, these are the three different planes. Okay, three different planes. Now, you can show electrons revolution in plane, XY plane. When they are in XY plane, then I will call it as dxy. If the electron present in XZ plane, then it will be called as dxz. If the electrons are present in YZ plane in double dumbbell manner, then they will be called as dyz. So it is because they are present in, they are covering all the four quadrants in double dumbbell manner. So that's why according along with their plane we are writing as dxy and dxz. So this is one three-dimensional space, this is another three-dimensional space, and this is another. So एक three-dimensional place को मैं बोलूंगा dxy orbital, और ये एक अलग है, इसको dxz orbital ऐसा बोलूंगा मैं, and this is dyz orbital. इनको सबको फाइव, चारों पांचों ऑर्बिटल्स को कलेक्टिवली मैं बोलूंगा d subshell. But individually, if I say about one thing, then it will be called as orbital. And along with the axis you have to say. So तीनों प्लेन खत्म होने के बाद अभी आपको इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को एक्सिस में डालना पड़ेगा. If you are placing them in particular axis like this, x and y axis में, इनको x square minus y square. अभी फिलहाल के लिए बच्चों ये याद रखो कि dxy, यहाँ पे मैं dxy नहीं बोल सकता हूँ ना, कुछ तो अलग बोलना पड़ेगा. उसके लिए आप ये अलग नेम याद रखो, वरना इसका पर्टिकुलर रीजन है वैसे, बट उसकी जरूरत नहीं है. सो देखो x और y एक्सिस के ऊपर ही रहा तो देन यू जस्ट राइट इट ऑन, कॉल इट एज dx square minus y square. If they are present on the plane, then call it as dxy. So one more is z. So z में ऐसा घूमेगा and one more will be like this. So the shape is like this. Don't consider this is different, this is different. Both are same. ये भी वैसे एक डंबल अलग मत समझना, वो एक ही, मतलब even if there is one electron, it will occupy all the four lobes of them. So even if there is only one electron, it will have all this space occupied. Because electrons को अभी हमें wave समझना है. Wave समझोगे तो इसका presence maximum location में बता सकते हो. That tube type या tire type structure you can see, that is the empty space. So I can tell you this much now, while making some electrons to revolve in on the planes and some electrons to revolve on the axis, there is some gap got left behind, and that gap आपको 3D में समझना पड़ेगा. देखो आप एक एक्सपेक्ट करो कि आपने एक्सिस में भी इलेक्ट्रॉन डाल दिया, प्लेन में भी इलेक्ट्रॉन डाल दिया, एक्सिस में, प्लेन में, हर जगह प्लेन में, हर जगह एक्सिस में इलेक्ट्रॉन डाल दिया, तो एक ऐसा वॉइड क्रिएट हो जाएगा, एक ट्यूब जैसा, एक टायर जैसा वॉइड क्रिएट हो जाता है, which is empty, leaving empty after placing electron in different axes and planes. And for D what we do, for DZ what we do, we consider that empty space in a circular tube like empty space, there also electron will be revolving. Which electron will be revolving? DZ electron, DZ का जो ऑर्बिटल का इलेक्ट्रॉन वहां पे वो रिवॉल्व करते रहेगा. मतलब in short you just understand, no space will be left behind. So all spaces, axes, planes, and while putting electrons in different axes and planes, if any empty space get created in between, and that empty created was like the tube-like empty space got created, even we are using that tube-like empty space for DZ orbital. Thereby understand, no empty space will be present inside the atom. Everywhere you have to place electrons. in a very compressed manner. Pranav, number of electrons limited to 32 because beyond 32 you cannot place electron, because see, when you talk about coordinates, you have limitations, right? You have only 3 axes, you have only 3 planes. Beyond that you don't have extra space, so you cannot increase the number of electrons, because if you increase the number of electrons you have to find extra spaces inside the atom, 3-dimensional space. So after filling 32 electrons you won't get extra electrons there. So extra electrons के लिए आपको जगह नहीं बचेगा उधर. If there is no space left, then you cannot keep electrons, increase electron beyond 32. That's why it is limited to 32 electrons. So Rushil, I'm explaining you that F, in the case of F, what you have to understand, I'm not going to explain you the shapes of them. Why? Because you cannot see. In the case of D only, you got confused with the double dumbbell shape and the XY plane, YZ plane, such type of dumbbell shape. You won't imagine. You are not able to imagine that. Now, I cannot expect you to imagine F's orbital also. It is very difficult. I will show you I will send you the animation of F subshell. There you can expect that how difficult to understand that in 2-dimensional. What you can say is the shape of F is quadrupole. Quadrupole matlab kya hoga? There will be 4 dumbbells. If there are 4 dumbbells, then placing them and imagining them is difficult. So that's why we will consider them as complex. Don't understand more about F subshell here. What you have to understand about F subshell here is simply there must be 7 orbitals, because after filling 2 electron in S and 6 electron in P and 10 electron in D, 14 electrons will be left behind. So that means F subshell must fill 14 electrons. To fill 14 electrons, there must be 7 orbitals. So only this much you just understand. F subshell will have 7 orbitals, and their name you no need to know. Simply 7 boxes you have to write, and the filling will be 1 electron in each orbital. That each box will be considered as 1 orbital. So collectively 7 orbitals will be called as 7 subshell. There are more orbitals of it. So I'm just selectively seeing the students who are not the part of IJSO, those who are seeing this for the first time. I'm just trying to explain their doubts. I'm totally ignoring IJSO students' doubt, because myself I'm very much upset because you are asking this doubt. Why is like not 2 types of positioning XY plane? Parth, not only in XY, you can expect, see, it is very much similar, looking similar, because you may be expecting why there is no y square and z square. So that is possible in the case of F. F subshell के केस में उनका नाम में आपको अभी मैंने बताया नहीं है, बट उनका नाम में आपको y square minus z square वाला भी दिखेगा, x square minus z square वाला भी नाम दिखता है उनका केस में. So these are simulations, mathematical simulations constructed in the supercomputers. Supercomputers में आपको इनको construct करना पड़ेगा inside the coordinates. So then you can expect these things. So I'm not explaining any new things now. Those who are done with the things, they can leave. Only students who are having doubt, they can say. Those who are leaving, for them I'm saying bye. Okay, good night, bye. So now one more lecture is needed to complete this topic. So SPDF के सामने जो number लिखते हैं कौस्तुभ, they are shell numbers. When I say 1s, that means first shell के अंदर वो subshell है. When I say 2s, वो subshell 2 second shell के अंदर है. When I say 3s, 3 third shell के अंदर है, ऐसा है.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you just re-explain how electrons revolve in dxy?
How electrons revolve in dxy. See,
So,
Yes, sir.
electrons revolving in dxy, that means they're in the dumbbell manner. Again, see, when I say, 1 second, you literally go with the shape. That's the problem here. When I say xy, so this is one empty quadrant, this is one empty quadrant, this is one empty quadrant, and this one. So what you have to understand here is electrons will be revolving around the nucleus, making sure that their presence will be maximum at 45 degree away from the axis, a axis, yeah, a axis. So, but remember, they are occupying not only this quadrant, they are occupying all the 4 quadrants, and maximum presence of them will be at the 45 degree from the axis. So then how it will be? You have to imagine one shape. That shape will be, see here their presence is present, their presence is there. Here you expect their presence. Here you expect their presence at 45 degree. Here you expect, then it will look like a double dumbbell, right? So shape is imagined. ये shape को आपको imagine करना है. आपको कैसे करना है? देखो ये ऐसा मैं लिखूं, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐसा है समझो, उसको मैं रिवॉल्व, न्यूक्लियस यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है, रिवॉल्व करने अलाउ करूंगा ओनली ये पोजीशन में और ये पोजीशन में और ये पोजीशन में. यहाँ इस तरफ नहीं जा सकता बिकॉज यहाँ पे भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं. ओके, यहाँ पे भी एक्सिस में इलेक्ट्रॉन होते हैं, तो टू अवॉइड द रिपल्शन दे विल बी प्रेजेंट एट 45 डिग्री अवे फ्रॉम द एक्सिस. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन का मैक्सिमम प्रेजेंस यहाँ पे मिलेगा, यहाँ पे मिलेगा, यहाँ पे मिलेगा और यहाँ पे मिलेगा. तो देन दैट शेप थ्री डायमेंशनल शेप आप देने जाओगे तो वो बलून टाइप आपको दिखने लगेगा. एक बलून आप फूकोगे तो कैसे होगा, ऐसा आएगा ना, तो बलून टाइप दिखेगा बिकॉज ये 3D का आपको इमेजिन करना है. जब आप 3D इमेजिन करोगे वो बलून टाइप थोड़ा दिखेगा. इट इज लाइक दिस. सो देयर इट इज अलाउड टू रिवॉल्व. उनको वहां पे अलाउ करेंगे तो उसका शेप जो क्रिएट होगा वो डबल डम्बल मैनर में क्रिएट होगा. ऋषि,
Sir,
more than 4 subshells not possible because you cannot keep electrons beyond 32 इलेक्ट्रॉन से और ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन आप प्लेस नहीं कर सकते, तो आप सबशेल क्यों बढ़ाओगे? 32 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ही रखना है. देन देयर विल बी ओनली 32 इलेक्ट्रॉन, देयर विल बी ओनली 4 सबशेल बिकॉज S में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन बैठ जाएगा, B में 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन, D will accommodate 10, F will accommodate 14. So already 32 electrons you fill there, so no need to have extra subshells there.
sir, so sir, there are only 2 electrons per orbital, no?
Per orbital there will be 2 electrons, yes.
Sir, so in this tire shape structure, between the two lines there is a space, right?
Where beta, which structure you are
In
saying?
dz square, tire shape structure जो है, in between the two lines there is a space, right? In the tire shape, because you have drawn 2 lines for the tire.
Yes, that's a space, yes. Only
So-
that electron will revolve in a tire manner, like in a tube manner, round tube manner.
So
Okay.
in dz square, sir, that tube thingy is dz square, right?
That tube,
So
tube is dz square. Yeah, effectively. Dumbbell plus that tube included, you have to say dz.
so why is there that tube in dz square?
I explained that after filling electrons in dxy, yz and xz, now you have filled electron along all the 3 axes. You have accommodated, you have filled electrons in all the 3 planes. Now when you fill all these electrons, you can expect this. आप जो लेगो करके वो जो खिलौना आता है उसको आप देखो, ये 3 डायमेंशन में आप फिल करते जाओगे, देखो बीच में एक वाइड तो क्रिएट होगा ही होगा. एक शेप में आप फिल करते जाओगे तो एक वाइड क्रिएट होता है. सो when you fill electrons in all the axes, in all the planes, and making sure that the density will be maximum at one particular angle, then what happens, there will be definitely some void will created.
and that is in this case is like a tube like void will be created. So वो हम किसमें उसको use करते हैं, हम dz square में use करते हैं. Otherwise in short I can say this one, that 3D का ये जो shapes जो create हो रहा है, ये तो उसका ये consequence है बेटा. Consequence है मतलब 10 electrons को आपको अलग अलग जगह पे place करना है, समझो. जब आप place करते जाओगे, ultimately it will appear like this. Matlab when you start placing electron in different axes, different planes, then finally you won't get extra in empty space other than that tube like. Then you are placing one electron over there also. It is like that. So it is like keep on filling the electrons in various spaces, then end up with having only this space left, and then you are keeping electron over there. So as a result, you expect these shapes.
So what is the space limit then?
Chinmay, what is your doubt, beta? Say. Yes, Amartya.
So what is the space limit then? So you told there is some space because
Empty
of the
space. I am talking about empty space. Empty space. See, after the nucleus के बाद जो बाकी जगह atom के अंदर है, that all has to be considered as empty space. And all in that empty space you have to place electron.
then so over here in dx square minus y square, so why isn't there any empty electrons present?
Chinmay, we are going to study electronic configuration. There I will explain you beta ki why their second last shell is also incomplete.
No, sir, actually, I was doubtful because you just said that electron will try to take all the space that it has. So why doesn't it occupy that one also?
So, say incomplete, it doesn't mean that there is no electron. Incomplete means one electron, even if one electron is present, then definitely it will occupy all that shape. Only if there are two electrons, it means that they got paired and they are revolving now. See, even if only one electron present, that will also occupy same amount of space. जितना दो इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्यूपाई करेगा पेयर होके, उतना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन भी बिना पेयर के भी उतना ही जगह ऑक्यूपाई करेगा. So you have to told that they have tried to occupy the empty space. See, when they form chemical reaction, when I start explaining chemical reaction, I will tell you that why some electrons will be leaving out. Definitely remember, electrons will be ejected out only from outermost shell. Though second shell is like incompletely filled, yeah, second last shell is incompletely filled, it doesn't mean that whenever there is a chemical reaction, that electron will be going out. Outermost shell electron only will ejected out. So outermost shell का electron ही जाएगा, second shell का incomplete होते हुए भी वो जाएगा नहीं, जब तक outermost shell का electron जाएगा नहीं. Once all the outermost shell electrons get ejected out, then you can start removing the second, second last shell electrons. That I will explain in detail when we talk about chemical reactions or chemical bonding.
Yes, sir, I understood.
So you told that the electrons, so it is not compulsory for them to form pairs, so they can survive independently.
Better repeat.
So you told us before that over here, so there is no like one electron can like be in its own self. So why does it pair with another electron?
See, now electron wants to be very near to the nucleus. This is the basic theory, because smaller the distance between them, greater will be the force of attraction and they will be stabilized. So every electron try to be very near to the nucleus. So in that process, it will compromise its, to make sure that they are near to the nucleus. What they will do, they will compromise or reorient as per the situation. Now electrons are free to rotate in any of the axis. I mean, कोई भी axis clockwise या anti-clockwise कोई भी direction में वो rotate कर सकता है. They are flexible to do that. But what they will do is, while you are constructing an atom, if you are filling one electron, then that electron will try to be very near to the nucleus. That's why we consider that electron will go to K shell first. So electron will revolve there. Now one more electron, if you insert the atom, then even that electron wants to be very near to the nucleus. So what that electron will be doing, it will be now orienting in the opposite direction as compared to the existing electron, thereby going to the same space. same three-dimensional space and revolving around the nucleus. So, but after filling two electron, third electron cannot go there. Why? Because now spin-wise, only two spins are possible. Only two rotations are possible. So, third electron will now keep some distance to avoid electronic repulsion. Otherwise, even if you ask a third electron, even it also wants to be very near to the nucleus. Only the problem is already there are two electrons and they're in the same position, but third electron cannot enter that space because now there will be electrical as well as magnetic repulsion. That's why now to avoid the repulsion, it will slightly go away and thereby there it will start revolving. Thereby the distance, radius will increase now.
So, sir, can we say that the dz square is at the last?
Can you say what?
So dz square is in last in the D shell.
dz, no. That's what I was saying. Na? All the 5 orbitals are equally approachable. See, only the thing is they are at different axis, different plane. But it doesn't mean that they are at the different distance from the nucleus. Center के साथ आप compare करोगे, they are at the same distance from the nucleus. Only the thing is they are placed at different axes and planes. So that's why for an electron, what matters is the distance from the nucleus matters. So as long as there is no increase in the distance, electron is free to go anywhere. So you can fill electron anywhere in this particular orbitals.
So, can we say that F is further away than D?
Can you say what?
F like F shell is like far away from D.
F cell is far away from P of
D
that
D.
corresponding subshell. Yes, you can say. So within the shell, if you're talking about 4s, 4p, 4d, and 4f, definitely 4f is somehow far away from 4d. That is true. You cannot place them everyone at the same distance. Even within the subshell also there is small gap, small distance difference is there.
And so over here in quantum models, so how will you be able to represent elements that are heavy, so
How can I
represent elements which are heavy, so they can go till Z also, so
cannot go to Z? Heavy. Repeat the question, better. What are you saying?
so elements with like element number 100 or 100 plus, so they be going till Z plus shell. So how will you represent
No.
them?
See, it won't happen, na? It won't happen. Don't worry. We are going to study the electronic configuration. See, when you start filling electrons in different shell, maximum shell you can get is 7th shell. That's the reason why purposely I have placed only 7 shells here. Q's shell tak humne gaya. So 118th element will have the last electron in 7th shell. हम लोग नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन देखेंगे, 118th का भी देखेंगे. You will realize they will maximum go till 7th shell.
And then so what happens to the rest of the electrons?
No, we will see that electronic configuration, and now I cannot say like this. I need to show you that diagram. So anyway, we are going to see that tomorrow.
And so over here in x square, so why do you why do you put minus y square?
See, now I cannot say beta ki where this x square minus y square present, because this is actually a position inside the coordinate. So by mathematical computer simulation only you can understand where exactly this particular space is inside the nucleus, inside the atom, sorry. So now don't consider minus means some sort of calculation you have to do. There is nothing like that. X square minus y square, you just understand that is one particular space inside the atom. Nothing like you have to subtract something there. How you understand xy plane, yz plane, similarly you have to understand x square minus y square space, three-dimensional space.
And so why are they the most power, the strongest at 45 degrees?
Because already on the axis you have the electron, na? Maximum distance they can attain is 45, because if you increase the 45 then दूसरा axis वहां पे आ जाएगा. X axis से आप 45 डिग्री दूर रखोगे तो 45 से beyond आप जाओगे तो इस तरफ y axis के नजदीक आ जाएगा ना. तो maximum angle difference can be 45 only.
Yes, sir.
So I'm Parth Agarwal. So I just wanted to confirm,
Mhm.
in the XY plane, the electron can move in two types, as in slanting also and along the axis also, right? In the dumbbell shape.
In which orbital? Dxy.
In XY.
In
Because
xy plane. Hmm.
you had shown two diagrams. One, it was standing and it is vertical and horizontal, and in the other one, both were diagonal. So
So
those
they
are
are
the two
different. Yeah, that's
orbit.
what I was saying. See, they are different. When I say electrons are on diagonally or on the plane. So guys, understand what is plane and what is axis. First of all, when I say axis, that means on the axis, x-axis and y-axis. उसके ऊपर है. So dx square minus y square, when I say they're on the axis actually. But when I say dxy, they're not on the axis. They're on the xy plane. That
Yeah,
means
45 degrees, right?
yeah, 45 degree. So these both are different, beta. Why both are different? And in xy plane there will be 2 electrons maximum, and in x square minus y square there will be 2 electrons maximum. Because these 5 orbitals you have to imagine at the single origin. मतलब आपको एक ही origin समझ के all these 5 you have to merge them at single point. Then you, if you view that, then you will realize that xy plane का electrons और x square और y square axis का electrons का बीच में 45 degree का angle दिखेगा.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you.
So xy वाला अलग orbital है, x square minus y square वाला अलग orbital है. That's why there are 2 different orbitals named like that.
So why isn't xz and yz like in overlapping each other?
D, xz and yz.
Yes, sir.
No, they are not overlapping. Na? Xz is different orbit, different plane. Yz is different.
Oh,
Xz, how many planes are there, beta? XY plane, YZ plane, and XZ plane होता है ना? तीन अलग अलग है ना? They are at 390 degree different from one another. There is, but it is an option. That is there, but it is an option. Okay. So should I stop now? Are you done?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Teacher. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.